that this works. I am not sure what's going on. Again, I am so sorry. This didn't happen to me the last time, and I'm not quite sure why the link continues to say waiting. Because everything should be working. I didn't switch anything. Okay, it says 2 watching. So if you are here, if you can go ahead and let me know if you can hear me, if you can see anything. All right, now it seems to be working. So hopefully, just let me know if y'all can hear me. I'm gonna make sure that my phone volume is high. Yep, it's all the way. So if somebody can go ahead and comment on the chat and just let me know if you are hearing me, if you are getting the picture correctly. I kind of had to stop the live and then come right back on again. I don't know. All the settings were were correct, but it's live. Again, if you are here, if you're watching, just let me know down on the chat. Just say hi so that I can see somebody respond. All right. So today I'm going to... Perfect. Thank you so much, Chrissy. I'm not sure why the link wasn't working, and it said that there was people waiting. I had to shut down the live and then restart it up again. It was weird. The link on the Facebook page wasn't working either. But now it is. So that's how I came in. All right. So I am going to be doing Thoughtful Journey. And this is a 6x6 paper pack. And I will show you my pack. I have it right here. So it brings 48 sheets. I've already cut a bunch of them. But yeah, 48 sheets, 12 different designs. These are the different designs. So this is one side, and then this is the back part, which I absolutely love because you can do it scenic or you can just do it as a background. So the colors that coordinate with this are, excuse me, Blackberry Bliss, Cajun Craze, Calypso Coral, Boho Blue, Lagoon, Misty Moonlight, Mossy Meadow, Peach Pie, Petunia Pop, Pool Party, Pretty Peacock, and Wild Wheat. So again, those are Blackberry Bliss, Cajun Craze, Calypso Coral, Boho Blue, Lagoon, Misty Moonlight, Mossy Meadow, Peach Pie, Petunia Pop, Pool Party, Pretty Peacock, and Wild Wheat. Sorry. So this is the designer series paper with the coordinating colors. This week comes with this stamp set and then these dies. These two right here coordinate with these guys. And then this one right here is so that you would do it in one color. And then these leafy guys and then the branch in another color, and then you can just layer them on, which I thought was pretty cool. You have this open leaf, this beautiful leaf thing, some more leaves, and then just different kinds right here. And then the sentiments are: you make life better, thinking of you fondly, thanks, missing you, dearest friend, I appreciate you. And then you have, I want to say like that wheat, the whatever wheat grows on. These guys right here, these kind of look like, I don't know. There's a different plant. It's not the dandelions because those are bigger. But anyways, it is real cute. These are just like some little dots, kind of can be like the dirt and stuff like that. And then you have these beautiful flowers that are very similar to this die cut right here, which I loved. All right, so I'll bring in the stamp set and the dies so that you can actually see them. So here is the Thoughtful Wishes stamp set. And then these are the coordinating dies right here that I showed you earlier. Now this stamp set is your regular red rubber stamp set. So as you can see, I've already peeled mine off from the actual thing that it comes in. And I have put my stickers on top. Now one of the things that I do is I actually throw away the rubber thing that they come set in. And I take the sticker sheet, and once I take off the stickers, I just put that in the back part of my case. That way, once I'm finished with my stamp, I just put it on top here. And it just gives me that room, and I don't have to deal with the excess red rubber around. That's just my preference. Everyone is very different. Some people do keep that red rubber piece. I just like it. To me, it's just more organized and cleaner like this. But again, it's preference. All right. And then one thing that have been doing, eventually I want to move to magnetic sheets. But I put my dies facing, if I can get them in here. Not sure why they're giving me such a hard time. I put them facing this way, and then, whoops, and I did this backwards. This is why it wasn't working out for me. I take this part right here, and I slip it into the back where my closure is. And then I haven't done it with this one, but I do always label my dies. I just keep this on the back part, and then I put a label over here with the name of my dies. But that way, when they're in my little thing, I can see the label, and I can kind of get a glimpse of, oh yeah, I remember those dies. They coordinate with this such stamp set. It's just what makes my brain happy. All right. So we have a couple cards. I am going to change the stamping that I did to one of them because I just haven't been convinced, and I've been thinking and thinking and thinking about it. I'm gonna change it with you guys. But along with this Thoughtful Journey, there is the Thoughtful Journey Memories and More card pack. I'm sorry. This is not part of the suite, but it is like the Memories and More cards that I demonstrated on Saturday when I made my daughter's senior prom little mini scrapbook using the ones from Unbounded Beauty. So you have this one that says Happy Birthday. You have this back part, which can be a real nice background. You have this one right here with these flowers on the bottom. You have this one that says Making Memories. You have this scenery right here. On the back, it says Treasured Memories. Thinking of You Today. Then you have these real fun polka dots on the other side. This one says The Best Day Ever. And then on this side, this real pretty in Misty Moonlight, just like these sprigs. Guys, I am so sorry. I have like something in my throat that's just not agreeing with me right now. So sorry. All right, then for the little cards, we have this one right here, and then this is the back part. So this can be used, you can put a small picture here and then do some journaling. You've got this one here for some journaling, and then you have this scenery. One of the papers has this same scenery. You have the thanks so very much. This and wild wheat in the background. This is an extra one that I have. Then we have, whoops, celebrate today. And then this real cool pattern on this side. We've got these flowers. This is also one of the same designs from the designer series paper. And we have this beautiful pretty peacock on this side. This one right here, I liked it. This would make a good journaling card as well, or a junk journal. It says number over here, and then it has like those notebook lines. And there's one of the papers that looks exactly like this one. Then this one says celebrate another year. Yes, Brenda, I'm gonna get water in just a minute. The sky is the limit. And then this is the back part. I don't have an extra one because I'm using it for one of the cards. Life is an adventure. Then we have this background. And then sending all my love. And then this background right here. And I do have an extra one. I am going to grab a drink of water. All right. Hopefully that is better. All right, so we're gonna pick up these cards. Sky's the limit. Thank you so much. I just always try to keep them together. This, thanks so much. This one goes with this one. Celebrate today. And then I'll show you the papers. Now, they are very, very, very pretty. So that was the Memories and More card pack. And then I'm just going to pull from my stack here. So I'll do it one at a time. So we've got this one. Really pretty. And then this is the back part. Then we have this scenery right here, which we're going to use this paper as well. And then this back part. I mean, the paper is just absolutely gorgeous. Excuse me. We've got this one that did match those Memories and More cards. And then this back part right here, and that's that rich razzleberry. We've got this one right here. So it's almost like that haziness of a pond, some trees in the background, that sunset coming down, some grass areas. That's just what I see when I see this. And then the back part is that pretty peacock. We've got this one, which we also saw in that card pack. And then here is the back part. Then we have this one. I mean, this paper is just, you can do some really simple cards with this and just add a sentiment, and there you go. You don't have to add too much to it. We've got this background right here. And then on the back again, that wild wheat, that was the same pattern as those Memories and More cards. We've got this one. And then we've got that in the back. And that's just a combination of pretty peacock, wild wheat, mossy meadow. This one here, how pretty with that Cajun Craze. I am not, just myself, I am not a fan of Cajun Craze. It's just not one of those colors that I really go to. But I think this paper would just make a beautiful, like, manly card with it. So there's the back. And then we've got this one right here. Again, this could totally make a manly card. And then this is the back part. Then look how pretty this one is. I like this one. This is one of my favorite ones, along with the forest one that we're gonna do. The back. We're gonna use this paper right here too. Love it. And then that's the back, and then that's it. So those are the different designs. Really pretty. And you could even take these papers as well and make one of those smaller scrapbooks, or even use it in combination with the Memories and More cards for backgrounds and stuff for your pictures, and just use it to mat the pictures. Or even in a 12 by 12, you can kind of use it just like as a different focal point. So, all right, so we're gonna get started with our cards. And then, before I forget, one part that I didn't get to show you yet, that it does come as part of the suite, is this beautiful specialty designer series paper. It's just got like an ombre look to it, and then you've got these iridescent sprigs. So we're gonna do something with this one as well. In the back, it's just white because it is that specialty designer series paper. So here we have these colors right here. Beautiful. We've got this one where it starts off with the Calypso coral, and then it just darkens all the way up to that Cajun Craze. I thought it was very interesting. We've got that wild wheat, and then just gradient all the way to Mossy Meadow. And then we start off here with Pool Party, Lost Lagoon, and go our way into Pretty Peacock. So this paper is just absolutely gorgeous. I love it. Love, love it. Hi. Hey Kim, so glad that you found it. I was actually having some technical difficulties there for a minute, and I'm not sure. There's always some type of delay between my iPad and communicating. I don't know. I only use my iPad for my lives, and I'm not quite sure why it sometimes gives me such a hard time. But so glad that you found it and that you are here watching. Thank you. All right, so the first card that we're going to make is a fun fold. And this one is using one of those cards from the Memories and More card pack with the matching designer series paper. And these beautiful adhesive backed pearl trio that comes in that Calypso coral, let me see, that Blackberry Bliss, and then that Misty Moonlight, I think it is. But we're gonna use those as well. And then my card's just gonna open up like this. So a real cute fun fold that we're gonna do first. So I do have, of course, everything pre-cut. So this is my Memories and More card pack. So if I didn't want to use this, I could use this side and maybe add a punch or something with a sentiment. It's pretty much up to you. But it fit perfectly with the measurements of my card. All right. So I have my strip over here, and then I think this is just an extra one that I was going to use, and then I just decided to use the Memories and More cards. That's what it was. All right. So the way that we do this funky fold is I have two pieces. So I have my card, and then I have this extra piece. I have it scored, and I'm just going to use my liquid adhesive and put it right here on this side. That way when I fold, it just creates that little funky fold there. All right. So we're gonna put some glue, and I'm gonna use some liquid glue just because it allows me to play with that instead of my stamp and seal, so I can really get it to where I need it to be. And just moving it a little bit and then trying to, of course, center it. There we go. Okay. And then we are going to put our white piece in the inside. And then that will go ahead and cover this piece right here. So nobody will know. Susan, so the measurements are going to be in the PDF that we will provide later. So we're not gonna go ahead and give any measurements right now, but they will be in the PDF that will be available later on. All the measurements to all the projects that we're doing will be on that PDF. All right. And then we're gonna take this piece and it goes in this front flap. And this is very simple. I'm not doing any stamping on this card because I'm using the Memories and More card pack that already has a saying on it. All right. And then I'm going to use my bone folder just to give it more of a crease here. I didn't do that before. And then this piece, I didn't have to cut anything off of this one. It fits perfect on there. And then this one just goes right here. Again, it fits perfect around, and it keeps the same edging all around. So very simple, just using that paper and those Memories and More cards, no stamping at all. Okay. And then we're just gonna add some of these embellishments right here. I always do that with my Take Your Pick tool. This is a must-have. I am lost if I cannot find this thing. All right, so we're going to just do about 3 of them. And we're gonna put one right here. And just kind of creating that triangular look. And then there you go. So very nice. This also works as one of those masculine cards too, just because of the color and the simplicity of it. You know, men are not like the women that all like all that floof and stuff. But yeah, you know, somebody's leaving a job or a graduation for a boy. But it's pretty cool. I'm listening to you, Kennedy, play and hockey all at once. My ears are busy. Hey, multitasking, Chrissy. Thank you. I was doing that yesterday. I was watching American Idol at the same time. I am a huge American Idol fan, even though I was disappointed last night with some decisions. But I casted my vote. All right, so this is the first card. And then the second card is the one that I said I'm kind of gonna change it a little bit. I don't know. Y'all can give me some feedback because I just was not too too convinced on this. I just felt it was very, very simple. But I think I may have a different idea right now, kind of to bring some of these colors in. All right, so this one is also a fun fold. So this one would go ahead and open up like this. And then when you stand it up, it is like an accordion card type thing. So you have this piece right here that you can write something to it. And then in the inside, this I like because it could be one of those cards that when multiple people need to sign, or you can even add more of a stamping image here. I decided just to leave it blank because I always need cards that are for multiple people to sign, especially for work stuff. All right. So the way that this one works is, so we have our accordion fold, and this piece is just going to sit in the front of our card. And all right, so I did not cut my designer series papers. I thought I had, but that's okay because this card won't take too long. All right, so this one, we're gonna go ahead and glue the inside piece first. Just like this. That's probably why I had the paper out the other day and I was like, I already cut this. Oh, obviously I did not. This is what I cut right here. I don't need these pieces. Whoops. Oh yeah, this is for the front. Sorry. Never mind, I do need these pieces. Oh, it is the end of the school year. Thank you, Brenda. It's the end of the school year. We are testing. My brain is on overload. Grading, and it's, as one of my coworkers says, it's a dumpster fire. Kids are checked out. So it's very adventurous right now. Sometimes funny. You have to laugh sometimes. If not, you'll just go nuts. All right. So this one is gonna go just like this in our front. So here we have that accordion. It's gonna open this way, and then it'll open this way as well. And I'm just gonna get my designer series paper that I was supposed to cut. So I guess you all will enjoy my cutting. All right. So this one is going to have 3 parts to it because we're going to put one designer series paper here, one here, and then one up here. And I'll show you what I did because really no one's gonna pay attention to that one. And I did want this to be more of that focal point. All right, so we're gonna cut this, and I did change my blade, so hopefully it works. Yay! No paper fibers. Thank goodness. All right. So we're gonna go right here. So we have this piece is gonna go right here, just like that. And then I will show you what I did with the other pieces. I'm wondering if I put them in here. Did I? No, this is too small. See, I thought I had cut it, but I didn't. Oh well. So let's see. So then now this piece. Okay. So we're gonna go this way. And then we're gonna cut another piece, but we're gonna turn this piece the other way. And I'll show you. So that was 2 pieces of the designer series paper, just so that we can, and here's what I did. I did it purposefully so that this piece right here, it just looks like if I cut it off from the tree right there. And then this piece right here is gonna go on the inside. This piece like that. Yep, perfect. So I'm gonna glue these pieces on. So we're gonna keep that one there, this one, just so that I remember which piece goes where. So we're gonna open this. Yes, this paper is absolutely beautiful. Oh, it's okay, Jane. Glad you can join us now. And I'll bring back the other cards when I'm done with this one and the other project, so that you can go ahead and see that first fun fold that we just did. So this one's gonna go right here. Awesome. Now I can do this piece. So this piece right here, this is that piece that's right here, right? So I'm just going to use the reverse side of it. This one will go right here. If you hear any snoring in the background, it is my dog. I do apologize. But she is snoring up a storm. And then this one is gonna go right here. So yeah, so you see it's almost like you went ahead and just like binded it. There's a word for it, just like bringing it to the same pattern. So I really liked this paper. All right, so then this next piece, we're gonna put this one here. Before we do that, we're gonna do the stamping. And then we're actually gonna put this one here first, and then we can measure where to put this one. So let's go ahead. I'm thinking though, I think I'm gonna change my take on this, because I really like these little flowers. And we can just add those like down here just to give it an extra little pop there. So I'm thinking of Smart. Yeah, I mean she's a light sleeper, but when she gets snoring, she goes to town. All right, so I'm gonna use Mossy Meadow. Yeah, Mossy. Yeah, we'll just leave Mossy Meadow. So I am going to ink up my whole stamp, but I'm only going to do one on this side and then one on this side. So I'm just stamping it a little bit, and as you see, I kind of just stamped off. You don't want it too much, just a little bit, just so that it adds something to that inside part. Okay, so then this piece we are going to put some glue. And that one's just going to go straight in the middle of this card right here, this inside piece. Perfect. And then when we fold this way, we're only going to put a small amount of glue on this side, because then we'll just put it right there and then it'll match and just cover that one. But before we do that, so I was going to change my original design, but I think I may just add some stuff to it. So let's see how this one goes. All right, so for that one, I'm going to use this. I'm not sure what these flowers are, and we're going to use this piece right here, and thanks is going to be our sentiment. All right. Awesome. So we're just going to put this back in here. Great. Okay. So for this one, because it is a lot bigger, just going to switch to a bigger block. And I did this one in Mossy Meadow. And I'm thinking of bringing it down just a bit so that maybe I can add 2 of them. And just fill up that front a little bit more. And maybe just a little bit off the card so that we can fit 2. Perfect. And then we can put one down here because we do need space for our sentiment. The cat snores. Sometimes she'll get loud enough that she wakes herself up. And then she looks at us as if we did something to her. All right, so then we're gonna take, now in my original, I used some Cajun Craze, and I really wasn't thrilled about it. So I'm going to see some basic beige. This is one of our new core colors added to the family. Oh, I think I like that, but kind of wanted to pop. I'm not thrilled about the wild wheat, but maybe as it dries, we can. So it's light enough that we could just add a few little dots down here. Perfect. I think that works better than my Cajun Craze. And then my lettering was in the Misty Moonlight. I'll take this guy off, put him back. And then I'll show you what I'm going to do to kind of bring out some of these leaf colored guys. Alright, and then this guy, our sentiment is going to go right here. Perfect. go. Alright, so to bring out a little bit of these colors right here, I am going to use my Wink of Stella, and it'll just provide like a glittery, but it also, like, if you can see it, it brings in the color to the middle. So instead of coloring it in with any blends or markers, you're just pulling in the color from the actual ink on here, and then it just adds some glitter to your card as well. And when I do this, if you notice, I'm like pulling from the outside in. I have that too, Susan. So at least it adds some extra little pizzazz here. And this has a very thin tip, so you don't need to worry too much about going, you know, outside of the lines. But then coloring outside of the lines is sometimes art too. And then this one right down here. Yeah, so instead of watercoloring, Jane, just using this, and the more you go through it, the more you can pull from that color. And then again, you're just adding some glitter to it, which is always fun. And now you can do it for these flowers here too. But I thought of coloring these in like a light Blackberry Bliss. Now watch me ruin this, because I probably should have done this before. And you still have that outline. Oh, I like that. Yeah, I probably should have done this before. But you know, since I changed my original, more ideas are coming. And that happens too. You might make a sample and you might be like, oh yeah, that looks good. And then when you start doing it again, it's just like, oh, but I want to add this and I want to add that. So add as much as you want. Let's see, I want to do the leaves too. And these are the alcohol blend markers, so you can go darker, you can go lighter. I'm not going to use the light and dark because these are just small things, and we're leaving that outline. Now this brush tip is good, so I'm not even like touching. See, it looks so much better now. And then this one will just go right on top. And we're just gonna put a little bit of glue, not too much. Just down here, let's see about how much. Okay, so alright, so we're gonna flatten that, and then we'll just kind of measure it here and then press down on that glue part. And I need to move it just a little bit so that it is nice and straight. There we go. All right, so I probably should have kept that Calypso, that Cajun Craze, but we're gonna add some of these guys to it. Just to add more to it. And we're gonna do the Blackberry Bliss. Whoops. And I'm thinking more on this part right here. Whoops, and these little guys are just popping out. Let me go right here, and then one other one over here. They've never popped out like that. All right, so this is our second card. So we've got those little flowers in there, and then we've got that cute little fun fold. So just an idea, the difference between these two. Kind of deviated because I wanted some more stuff here, or if you want it a little bit more simple, just put your image and see. I think I probably would have really enjoyed the Cajun Craze instead of the basic beige, just to make it pop a little bit, but you can see, you know, how I went changing my mind. And then in the inside, I really like these purple flowers in the inside. So just a little bit different, deviating from my little sample there, but yeah. So that's our second card. And then here is our third card. Now I will tell you, I got this design from the annual catalog. This was not my idea. I only switched up a few things from the annual catalog and added some stuff. But I thought it was a cute card, and we're gonna use some of the blending brushes, and then we're using that specialty designer series paper. I absolutely love it. It is gorgeous. All right. So for this one, we are using Calypso Coral as our card base. So we're just gonna make sure we make those creases very fine. This is the part that goes in the inside. So we're gonna go ahead and put that in there. And let's use some of our Stampin' Seal. Thank you, ladies. I'm so glad that you like them. I think that sometimes I'm my worst critic, like, I'm not so sure. But then everybody likes it. It's a pretty card. All right. So if you notice, the inside to this card, the edges are a lot closer than the bordering on this one. And the reason why I did that was because for the designer series paper, that's the same amount of border that I left around this one. So whatever I do to my outside base card, I try to do to the inside as well. In my eyes, it looks funny if I don't do it that way, but everyone is different. All right, and then for this one, because we're so close to the edges, I am going to use my glue. Thank you, Kim. All right, but this paper is just, oh my gosh. I don't know if like the video is doing it any justice. Like, you really need to see this paper in your hands. It is just, it's beautiful. Like, it can totally, those are 12 by 12, so it can totally be a background for a scrapbook. Beautiful. I just love it. So pretty. All right. Now with this piece, we are going to color with our alcohol-based markers, our Stampin' Blends. So I'm going to stamp my images using my Memento ink so that my ink does not smear. So in case you don't know, if you are using the alcohol blends, and our alcohol blends come with a dark and then a light shade of that same color, you have to use the Memento black ink. If you are using the Stampin' Write markers, you're going to use the Stays On. These are alcohol, so it works better with this one, and then the other markers with the Stays On. Otherwise, your black outline will bleed into the colors. All right, so for this one, we're going to use this leaf thing, this wheat plant. I'm assuming it's a wheat plant. Somebody correct me if I am wrong. All right, now for a big stamp like this, I like to take my ink to my stamp, and then especially with this one, I kind of just give it a rub. And we're gonna go right here. Perfect. We're gonna clean this one off. And we're gonna get the other one that we used as well. We're gonna put it on there, make sure it's good. And then again, great. And then this one's gonna come a little bit down because we don't want it to kind of crash in there with the wheat plant. Perfect. So we can put this Memento ink away. Do that's right, we need this guy on the bottom. Now on this card I did do the wild wheat. I am just not a fan of that color, so I'm thinking I'm gonna go with the basic beige. Well, the thing is that it looks better. It kind of looks like that dirt. Okay, I'm just going to embrace it and go with the wild wheat. Let's embrace this, guys. Let's not question it. All right. So this guy, we just went down here, and I just like move my stamp around because they are just dots that are going on here. They don't need to be a specific way. We're just trying to fill those empty gaps. All right. So then I went ahead, so we're gonna do the blending in just a little bit. The next step that I did was color in with my markers. If I have ever inked. Yeah, I'm just going to embrace it, Chrissy. I mean, it doesn't look horrible. It doesn't. It's just not one of my favorite colors. But I also have to think sometimes I'm not making these cards for myself. I'm making these cards to give to people. So even if I may not like it, somebody else might. It might be somebody else's color. And I just need to think about that too. All right, so I'm gonna color these leaves, and I'm first using my light, because these leaves are very, very small. I'm just gonna go over with the dark, just like that center vein of the leaves. You refuse to buy it? It's not a bad color. It's just not, I don't know. There are some colors that I gravitate towards more. And then sometimes I have to remember to use other colors because, like I said, you know, if we are selling our cards, or, you know, if we give other options, maybe somebody else will like it. There are people who love wild wheat. I much prefer these new ink colors to last year's, but everyone has a preference. Yeah. Well, I liked last year's ink colors. I did. Wild wheat was the only one that it has taken me a while. But what I love about these new ink colors this year, they're just so bright. I love bright colors. Last year they were very like earth tone. Yeah, but then Prissy, sometimes they come back. So I always think of that too. Sometimes, you know, these colors will come back and you never know. Like Pretty Peacock eventually came back. So did Misty Moonlight. Thankfully it carried over. I love Misty Moonlight. But I'm a blue person. So these leaves on this guy over here are also going to go on the green. And it doesn't matter that I went over this with that other stamp because it just blends in very perfectly anyways. Now the more you go over with these Stampin' Blends, the darker it gets. So that's a preference to you too on how dark of the Mossy Meadow it is that you would like, or how light of it. So then this is my dark, and I'm just gonna go through some of the ones that have these leaf veins. Perfect. And then these two. Perfect. Great. All right. And then for these other guys, I just went over it with the light Blackberry Bliss. This may shine combined with complement colors. Yes. So I've seen that too, where they've combined certain colors with other ones. So you're just like, oh, I never thought of combining those two colors together. So you are completely right. So then these are going to go on Blackberry Bliss. The light one. I wish I knew the names of these flowers. This is going to be my wheat plant. All right. And then what I did, and I did do it in the wild wheat, and I used Boho Blue. Did I use Boho Blue or Misty? think I might have used Misty Moonlight. So I did get one of my blender brushes. Now you have to be very careful. I always kind of do this. So I still have some ink from when I made my sample. So I'm just going to add that here on the bottom because Wild Wheat is a very strong color, and I don't think I need to dip it anymore. I just had enough color left over on these blender brushes. And then we're gonna do some Misty. So I'm gonna get my other one. See, and that one didn't hold too much. So I'm going to add, and then I just kind of add here on the side. There we go. Always start off on your paper first, just to get rid of like that dark, because then once you put it on here, you cannot take it off. So it was just like kind of creating that sky. You can go in as deep as you want. And of course, the more you are rubbing it, the lighter it's gonna get. All right, so we've got that. Now, the sample in the catalog had this same sentiment, but on Wild Wheat. They didn't do the blending, so that's something that I added to my design, was just creating that blending brush to my thing. Theirs was just white. But they stamped directly on the Wild Wheat and then just added it here. It wasn't a color that I would use with Calypso Coral, so I changed it to Misty Moonlight. And again, whatever your preference is. So I've got this piece, and I do know I need to make this piece a little bit smaller, but I like to stamp my sentiment on here first. And we are using Dearest Friend. Oops, excuse me. And that was in Misty Moonlight. Now I stamped it on this side so that I could just have that little slick cut right there. What I'm gonna do is I kind of like eyeball it. I probably should have put it on the bottom, but no. Right, so I should put it down here on the bottom of my paper cutter. I have a new blade, so there's nothing to be scared about. I'm just gonna see if I need to take off a little bit more from my top. This is the way that I measure. It's perfect. It's like I planned it. All right, so I'm gonna get my paper snips, and we're just gonna cut here. Now I did just put some Stampin' Seal on this, and then we're gonna pop it up in dimensionals. So I just line it up on this side first. Make sure all the edges are even. And I know I had that excess, which is perfect because then I can just snip it to where it is that I want. So I'm gonna bring this guy in here. And we're going to put some dimensionals. If I can find where I put my dimensionals, right here. Always lose them. And then in the middle. And then, just in case you didn't know, the alcohol markers do bleed through the back part. The Stampin' Write markers do not. But if you are placing it on something, nobody's gonna know. So then this just goes right here. Perfect. And then we're gonna put this one on dimensionals too. And then they had put it on this side. I chose to go on this side. There we go. And then we're gonna add some of these guys on here. So we've used all the colors. So there we go. We kept the same. I really enjoyed this card. All right, and I did put the inside. Yep. All right, so we're gonna bring back our other cards that we made today. Oops. So we've got that one, and then I'm gonna put this one here because kind of changed that design last minute there. So this one right here is with the Memories and More card pack that is the Thoughtful Journey. It's not part of the suite, but it does match the suite. So this is that first one. This is that second one that we did, a cute fun fold. This one is a fun fold too. So opens up like that. And this one you have room here. And then going up. This one, the only difference is here I put two of them. Here I used the Cajun Craze. And then to make these colors on the leaves, I used the Wink of Stella. And then this last one that we just did. Not a fun fold, but this one is in the annual catalog. I just added the blending around it. And then I changed this one. Just the colors of it, but at the same sentiment. All right, guys. I hope you had fun with me today. And I honestly forgot who comes on tomorrow. But make sure you log on tomorrow again, 7 o'clock, same time. And we will go all the way through. I believe Lisa Marie is closing us on Friday. Remember that the scavenger hunt is going to be posted every day. So make sure that you are answering those questions. For every question that you answer, you get like a ticket into my prize drawing. I'll put a reminder in on Saturday. And then Sunday, I will give you another reminder just so that you can answer all those questions. So if you haven't been able to answer from the first one, you still have time. You have up until Sunday at midnight to get those questions answered. And then Monday, I will come on and do a prize drawing. Thank you, ladies. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you enjoyed these cards. And thank you so much, Brenda, for letting us know. So make sure you log back on tomorrow at 7. Brenda is going to demonstrate some beautiful cards as well for us. Brenda always adds the extra to it. I love it. So again, thank you so much, and I will see you all next time.